All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Sports Podcast. And for the fourth part of the show, we're going to talk about the Lakers, what to expect from them in the second half, talk a little bit about the Luka trade. Wanted to just give you my thoughts on it. Um, yeah, they begin tonight. Now, this is actually a makeup game. This is the only NBA game that's being played tonight, and this is because of the wildfires. The game had to be rescheduled because we did have a handful of postponements with that. So they're playing tonight. I don't know if LeBron is going to play. It doesn't seem like he's going to. The Lakers, they seem to be on the side of let's give him extra rest and make sure that he's good to go when we need him, because they're going to need him for the playoffs. They're not going to go on a run without LeBron James. And it really is incredible what he's doing at 40. And he talked about it. He said he could go on for really as long as he wants, but he's not going to. It's going to be at least another year or two, I guess, before he retires. But yeah, he's been dealing with a foot and an ankle injury, so they want to preserve him and make sure that he's ready to go when he needs to be. So we will see Luka Doncic tonight, I would imagine. Lakers are 12-point favorites against the Hornets. The Hornets are not a very good team. So I think the Lakers should win tonight, even without LeBron. But then again, they split the two games with the Jazz. So and the Jazz aren't very good. So who knows? Who knows? The NBA, things happen. Because they beat the Jazz 132 to 113, and that was in Luka's debut. He had 14 points. So in the two games with the Lakers, both against the Jazz, he played 24 minutes the first game, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 turnover. And then in the second game against the Jazz, Lakers lost that game. He played 23 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. But he had 5 turnovers in the game, so that's not great. That's not good. And he had 1 steal. So, right now the Lakers, they're in a good spot. They got the 5th seed. They're a half game behind the Rockets for the 4th seed. So they're maybe looking to pass them. And, 3.5 games behind Denver. 2.5 games behind Denver. Can't do math. 3 games behind the Grizzlies. And then you got the Thunder, who are just running away with the West. They're the number 1 team at 44-10. So, I think the Lakers could definitely improve where they are in the standings, but they could also go the other way. And if you're a Lakers fan, you don't want to see that. I think with Luka and LeBron, they're going to win a lot of games. The problem is, and we talked about this in our production meeting, it's, the defensive side of the ball. They're going to be getting into, these high-scoring games because, Luka's not a guy that is known for his defense. So there's concerns there. Now, can the Lakers make a run? See, I know I talked about the Warriors and what Draymond Green said. To me, when comparing the Lakers and the Warriors, also because it doesn't really help when the Warriors are in the 10th spot and the Lakers are in the 5th spot right now in the West. Yeah, I like the Lakers' chances to make a run better than I do Golden State because you have a top 5 player now in Luka to go along with LeBron James. And to talk about the trade for a second, now I'm not the biggest NBA fan, okay, but this trade that the Mavericks and the Lakers made, that even shook me. It definitely had me interested. Because this doesn't happen where a top 5 player in the sport is just traded. And the other thing too is there was really no indication of this happening. This kind of just happened. Because I remember I'm ready to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden, I see my phone is blowing up, and I see in my group chat with my friends that this trade is happening. Now, initially, we didn't believe it because we're like, oh, maybe, because Shams reported it, and we were saying, yeah, maybe his account got hacked. There's just no way. But then you start seeing, ESPN's social media account is posting it, and suddenly you're like, yeah, this is legit. This is legit. And already for the Mavericks, it's not panning out because Anthony Davis is out indefinitely, gets hurt the first game he plays with the Mavericks. But it's just, why would they do that? Now, Mark Cuban, he's not the majority owner anymore of the Mavericks. He kind of sold most of his, stock in the team. And even he didn't know about this. And, he had a quote that, basically saying, yeah, never getting rid of Luka. It's not happening. But even he didn't realize that this was going on. So, yeah, no, it's crazy stuff how a player of Luka's caliber ends up getting moved. And it is good for the Lakers because, again, LeBron is not going to play for that much longer. So, when LeBron leaves, you kind of just, and I apologize for my camera issues here. When LeBron retires, it's now Luka's team. Now he is the next, face of the franchise. So that was easy for the Lakers, right? But yeah, I mean, what a crazy trade. And oh wow, that did not help at all. Did not help at all. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So I'm really curious to see how it goes. I'm curious to see how it goes in the postseason. Now, do I think the Lakers are going to win the title? I don't. But I think, they can make a run in the Western Conference. It could happen. Yeah, so we're dealing with some technical issues here with my camera as usual, as per usual. Always happens. Well, actually, no, we've been kind of good as of late. So yeah, we've been kind of carrying. We talked about tradition. It is tradition for my camera to not work, no matter what show I decide to do. Now it's just completely turned off. Nice. Yeah. So, but anyways, I don't know if my mic cut out, but yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Um, and we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. But let me know what you guys think, though, about the Lakers. What do you expect from them? Because again, they're and I brought this up yesterday when talking about Draymond Green. People have their questions of the Thunder. Can the Thunder make a run? I mean, right now they're the best team in the Western Conference. They got all these young players, but you know, last year they got knocked out. Are they ready to go on another run here? You got Memphis. They're back to being a good team with John Moran coming back, and then you also have the Nuggets, of course. They won the championship a couple years ago with Jokic and Jamal Murray. I mean, they're gonna have something to say about it. And the Lakers, they're always matching up against Denver, and they always end up losing. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, and the other thing too is, the Lakers they signed a big that's not really, you know, earth shattering because they were trading for Mark Williams from the Hornets, and that trade ended up not happening because with the injuries. But the Hornets were trying to get that deal done, and the Lakers would have traded Dalton Connect, but now he's staying. So, but and then there's what if they went out and they got Dwight Howard? It's not happening. It's not happening. And there's people saying, why did the Lakers break up that team after they won in the bubble? I don't know. But yeah, no, Dwight Howard, his days are behind him in the NBA. It's not going to happen. So, but I honestly, right now, I think it's going to come down to who's going to knock off the Celtics in the NBA. They could be a team that goes for a repeat. I know the Cavs are doing really well, but I think the Celtics beat them in a 7-game series. And then you look in the West, I mean, yeah, and kind of a chalk take, but it's going to be really tough to knock them off because they're a deep team. They got stars all over the place. I'd like to see the Knicks do something, but, something tells me that's not going to happen. But we'll see. It begins tonight, second half. We'll see what Luka brings to the table tonight. Probably going to be no LeBron, but I think the Lakers still win tonight. They should, right? They should win, but anything is possible, like I said before. But let me know what you guys think about the Lakers' second half. What are your expectations for them? For Luka in the second half, for LeBron, let me know in the comments. So we are going to take our final break of the show now. And then when we come back, we'll get back to some NFL talk. We'll talk about what Dak Prescott said of the Cowboys, what he had to say, comparing the Cowboys and the Eagles, and how the Cowboys can compete with the Eagles. They're very close. The gap is very close between the two teams. So I'll give you my thoughts on that. Like I said earlier in the show, this was something I did want to touch upon on the football podcast, but never really got a chance to. But figured, I guess, we'll throw it in here today and discuss it. Two NFC East rivals. Now, the Eagles, of course, are just coming off of a Super Bowl championship, but, Dak's got the confidence that they can go out and they could beat these guys next year. So that will be what we discuss in the final part of the show here. So for one final time today, stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Sports Podcast.